Hello. Today is day 13 of head cold and sinus. Ugh. Been wanting to film this whole time. Not the whole time. I've been wanting to film the last like 9 days especially. At first it was kind of nice to just have like that forced break, you know? I mean, like aside from feeling like shit. Now I've got all this creative energy and I've got all this stuff I want to do and I can't. And that's frustrating. The thick air of the room permeates my clothes. Clouds of smoke dance and swirl in the warm light of our converted garage apartment. The hiker and I have been off trail for a month now. He got a job at a chain restaurant in the city, and I've been working my old retail job. It's weird, the memories that it brings back. Just how real it almost still feels, you know? With a lot of my memories, I have not just the images or whatever. It's also the feeling, you know. There's something about just like the feeling of living there that was. I started selling recently after weeks of reading through everything I could possibly find on the internet. It took me a long time to really make sure that I wanted to start posting or selling or whatever I was calling it. Which is a good thing, you know. I mean, that's good to think things through so much. But man, I was obsessive. That's kind of how I get about everything, though. When I get into something new, I get obsessed with it. And like the Reddit posting, panty selling, eventually the video selling, all of that was stuff that anything I could possibly read. It's like, I ate it all up. But it's so interesting now looking back at the advice that was given to me and how out of date it is now, and also just like how out of date it was by the time that I had started. There's certain things that were considered common practice within the Reddit seller community that elsewhere on the internet, anything else with like online sex work, that just wasn't the case. You know, between pricing, everybody had very in-depth terms of services. They have it very listed out, all their policies and their terms of service, and they have a lot of just very well organized women, a lot of type A personalities in that group, and yeah, I ate that up. I loved it. It was like a hobby for me for a little while, just consuming all the information that I could. and trying to apply it, to my own stuff. And then also just like reading other business books, things like that. And, using my social media marketing knowledge and combination of a lot of things. I was trying to apply it to my new business as best as I could. And I think that's part of what I remember so much about living in that garage was like just the stress of, not stress, the energy, because it was very motivating energy. It wasn't stress in a bad way. It was like the pushing. I felt that drive. Like, oh, I gotta be real. That's funny. Oh. It doesn't want to let me in. Well, now that's funny. I can't be real.
Selling recently after weeks of reading through everything I could possibly find on the internet. This will help us get back to trails sooner.
I was always so focused on us.
I know I like traveling, and I know I like meeting new people, but I'm not sure if through hiking is what I enjoyed, or if it was just the travel side of adventure. I know that I hate being here. I can't keep doing this. Being in the real world is the worst.
I used to talk like that a lot. I included that specific line, that being in the real world is the worst. Because that was something I used to say a lot, especially right after trail. I was very convinced that, that American society, society was very frustrated with society in general. And I was very convinced that everything that everyone else cares about is fake, and it's not, it's not real, it's not important. The only real important thing in my head was like miles, I guess. Going, seeing stuff. Experiences, I guess. I can have experiences in a lot of places. You can have experiences while still living in a house. I feel like a lot of it, I didn't like the way that I was trying to force myself into the system. Everything that I had like been told to do and say and act, and it just didn't fit me, and it didn't feel right. But I think a lot of that, although I did, I've talked about this in other videos and stuff, and I did find peace eventually, and part of that was breaking off so radically, but it wasn't what I thought that I was breaking off from. I thought that I was breaking away from, I thought I was breaking away from community, I guess. The system that we all are a part of. I didn't want to be a part of, I don't know. it's tough because I get comments on my videos about, like, from other people who are young and are experiencing those same feelings that I was feeling. And I don't know what to say because, honestly, if I had just moved and gone to therapy, I wouldn't have need to. I wouldn't need to run. I wouldn't have need. I wouldn't have needed to run. I think. Can't, you know, I mean, can't say not knowing. I don't know. Maybe I still would have felt that need to completely break apart from electricity and modern convenience and go through my Thoreau phase. Yeah, maybe that's just part of growing up. You can only hope that you're not too destructive to everyone around you while you're going through those phases, I guess. I'm glad that I left, though. After, with that video and all that, this story, it takes place after, the PCT. But I just tried to, like, come back and just keep doing the same shit as if nothing had happened. Kind of. I mean, like, I kept not really. I kept trying to. I talked about it a lot. I kept trying to, like, incorporate stuff about it into my, like, daily life and into my job and stuff. But I came back to the problem, unfortunately, and I came back with a problem. You know, but I came back with a problem, and I also came back still having the inner problem of not knowing who I was personally, you know? Like, not knowing who I am. And I know that that's a big part of, yeah, your early 20s especially, is figuring out who you are, what this system is, what game we're all playing, how to, you know, what part you want to play in the game, and all that. If you even want to play it. I tried to just, like, drop out, you know. And it felt good sometimes. It felt really good sometimes. Just, like, one of my favorite things was sitting outside of grocery stores and just staring at people. You know, a lot of times it was like I had to charge my phone or whatever, and I didn't, you know, I had to charge my phone, so I couldn't be on my phone. I didn't really want to carry anything else for entertainment because of the weight. I was very, very focused on how light my pack was. And I just felt comfortable just sitting. And one of my favorite things, I always say that, favorite thing. One of the things that I really liked about trail was how much of a mental excuse it gave me to just do nothing. Just like really sit and be doing nothing. Not trying to accomplish anything. Not trying to... It was nice. And people talk about like how through hiking is like taking a break from your phone and all that. It depends on the trail, but it's not. It still follows you out there. And I feel like one of the weird things too was it wasn't just like the phones that followed out there, it was the phone mentality. Like, so many people were doing blogs. So, I even was thinking about doing like a video blog thing. I'm glad that I didn't though. I don't know. I have a lot of pictures and stuff from trail and a lot of memories. But I don't know. There's a lot of them that like I would have shared at the time that I'm glad that I didn't share now. Things that I thought I believed and truly, truly thought that I believed, but I've grown out of. And I guess that's, one of the things about problems with the internet or all this, is the permanence. It seems like everybody's at every point in their life, all at once. You have to know everything. But, and I was a shitty friend. I was not a good friend. I was very self-centered. Honestly, I haven't even tried to revive those friendships, really, because even from on trail, a lot of them, because I just was so wrapped up in my own journey or whatever. In my own head. I feel like a lot of it is I have so much going on in my head that I sometimes forget that my body isn't doing anything, or it's giving the wrong kind of reaction. It's making the wrong kind of face or something. And that makes it tough to really develop true intimacy with friends, Not like the physical kind of intimacy, but like the emotional kind of intimacy. Being open and close with people. And it's tough to do that when they're just... And a lot of that is calmed over time. I mean, it's a hell of a lot better than whatever you just watched. Jeez. That was... it used to be a lot worse when I was younger. I used to, blast It was crazy too because I'd end up getting like one song stuck in my head and then I'd be thinking something on top of it and then like blasting another song on top of that and then like shouting at myself somewhere else and trying to like hold a conversation with somebody. Of course I'm gonna come across as being kind of aloof. I hate being sick. I'm not even contagious anymore. I just feel gross. Tired of sitting on the floor. Let's go move somewhere. We're only 56 seconds into the video.
It's the end of 2016, and we're stuck in this gloomy, dank garage until summer. We want to hike the Pacific Northwest Trail next, which spans about 1,200 miles from Glacier National Park in Montana out to the coast of Washington. The weather
PNT is always on my list. It's been on my list a few times.
The hiker licks a clue of 1 1/4 inch zigzag paper, the ones in the orange pattern. He neatly folds the glue strip over the tucked end and gracefully.
I used to smoke joints all the time.
His rolling skills are unmatched. No matter how often I watch him roll joints, I can't seem to get mine to turn out the same.
I was so impressed by that. Enamored. It was silly. But you know, and when you're young, you're easily impressed, I guess. I feel like we smoked together so often that we never really like got to just experience each other, you know? We were only experiencing the dopamine fueled versions of ourselves and of each other. I was so... technically the word is neurotic. You know, by definition, yeah, I was so neurotic at the time, and so unsure of everything. But I knew that I really liked smoking weed. I don't know. I still smoke sometimes, but I used to. It was excessive. Or really, this camera angle is incredibly unflattering. I'm definitely keeping this one. I'm gonna watch out all the armpit folks. Give me free content. It's interesting the things that I have just like associated with fetishes now, or with other people's fetishes, really. Like, there's so many things that I think, I'm like, oh, somebody's really into that. Well, I know people are into that. It's like lifting up my arms. Nobody's paying me to do it. Somebody out there. feeling like the CIA's programs are getting a lot more accurate now, huh? I see you. Cracking myself up.
The twisted tip burns off quickly. Its ashes fall. Brown ceramic teeth on hot dog. My phone has been vibrating a lot. I think it bugs the hyper. We never thought things would be this successful. I've been bringing in almost as much money from selling as I do in my retail job.
It was so frustrating. The wording that we would use around it, and just like, because we would always talk about, well, this is so crazy. This is crazy. This doesn't make any sense. You know, this is so stupid. This is stupid money. That's what he kept saying. And then I said it too. I was like, oh, this is stupid money, because it just felt, it felt too easy in the sense of, it felt too easy. It felt too easy compared to my retail job. And instead of at the time thinking, wow, why am I being paid so little for the extreme effort and emotional turmoil I'm putting myself in at my retail job? Instead, I was thinking, oh, this is stupid money. This is easy money. When, like, at the time, I was bringing in less than, obviously less than median wage for my area, for the country. It was, it was enough that we were able to go live out of our backpacks. You know, I talked about numbers a little bit. It was, sometimes I'd make like $70 in one day, and I thought that was this like huge thing, because I didn't have to go work my retail job. My retail job, it would have taken me like, at least 6 hours before tax, then once you factor in taxes with the selling stuff too, it ends up getting a little less lucrative, but that wasn't really something that I factored in until later on. My first year paying taxes, I was like, oh no, I gotta have a big sale right now to make up this money. This is a fidget toy that I really like. Keeps me from picking at my nails or biting my nails. Sometimes I still do it a lot. Look at that. And that kind of, oof. They're actually not too bad right now. Usually I get them, not usually, sometimes I can get them down pretty far, and but I try doing like the gel nails and the acrylic nails and nail polish and all that, but I end up just, it's the same stuff, just in the mouth, or picked off. So
I've been selling my worn panties for $30 a pair.
ooh, there's the
After shipping, it comes out to
money I was talking about. Yeah, $26 profit. I was so stoked on that. And especially like when I could get a video with it.
A 5-minute video brings in $20.
Oh, I remember that video. The little video I have of me dancing right there. That was my first ever like striptease video, and I felt so awkward. I had no idea what to do. I felt so uncomfortable, like, watching videos of other women doing stripteases. I was just like, ooh, I don't like this. That I didn't know how to do it myself. And then I came up with my little signature, just, like, bopping back and forth. Yeah. Every now and again I think about taking classes about, like, how to dance in a traditionally provocative way. But I kind of like my goofy weirdness. It's me. God, I didn't blow my nose.
Anywhere from $45 to $75. It takes me an entire shift to make that much at work. I get an email with Victoria's Secret gift card. I burst into incredulous laughter and I can't help it. Somebody I've never met sent me a $200 gift card for lingerie.
That was such a funny one too, because like, oh man. The hiker and I went back and forth on that one for a while about like, is this okay? Is this something we should be accepting? This feels weird. This seems weird because like when there's married buyers, when there's married buyers and they tell you like I am married, it almost feels like it puts some of the onus on me, of like I am assisting in the betrayal of your vow, the destruction of your vows. I don't know what the wording around that would be, but it makes me uncomfortable, personally. I know that there's also a lot of folks that like really get off on that, and like more power to them. And I also know that there are definitely buyers that would say like, oh, I have a girlfriend when they don't, or I have a wife when they don't, and then it's. And that adds the extra layer of like, well, you're like trying to lie to me to make me feel worse? Like, what? But with this guy in particular, it was like one of the first ever messages I even got on Reddit before I even started posting on the selling subreddits, because you have to post just regular Reddit posts. You can like post nudes on different subreddits, or you can post questions on Ask Reddit or answers on Ask Reddit, that sort of stuff. But like, man, within like the first few days of posting, this guy messaged me, just going on and on about how he thought it was so cool that, such a young gal was like brave enough to post stuff online, and he wanted to like reward my awesomeness and all that. But, so he wanted to send me something, in exchange for the pictures. And at the time, I didn't really even think about, like, custom pictures. How much should that cost? I was just like, oh my gosh, free lingerie. I was like, Victoria's Secret was such a foreign land to me, too. I mean, as you're able to tell from the next little short story that I had in with that, but, or the vignette or whatever. It was such a foreign landscape. It felt like going into... It felt like my first time going into Hot Topic, before I fell into the rock crowd. I was like a little fish out of water. And instead of... and I had no grounding techniques, I had no coping techniques, I had no way to figure out, like, okay, I am on high alert right now, I am stressed to the max, all of my alarm bells are going off, like, let's calm down before trying to figure out the next. I was just like, no, let's punch through it, like, it must be some personal shortcoming of mine that I'm not mentally sound enough to navigate this new situation in a completely foreign landscape that, of course that was going to be stressful. Instead of like being kind to myself and like going slow, I just tried to push through, which is a recurring theme in my life, as you will see if you stick around for other vignettes and short stories and stuff. Watch me be hard-headed again and again. It's life. I like to think that I'm growing from it now, and that I'm more getting kinder to myself now. And a lot of that is I have the privilege of being in a place where I can be kinder to myself. I'm fortunate enough that I don't have to work all the time if I don't want to. I don't have to. There's not a whole lot of have-tos in my life. And so it's really helped me center myself more and work through some of this stuff. And part of working through all of this stuff, all of these thoughts and feelings and emotions and memories and everything going on, part of that is this. Just whatever this turns into. Maybe I'll string all the stories together and make a movie or a TV show. I've been wanting to write a book. I have stuff written. I don't know. I feel like there's something here, though. There's something. I'm working towards something right now. The sky is beautiful right now. It's 4 o'clock on a Wednesday. I had to double check. I wonder what you all are doing right now. I see a plane. It'd be kind of crazy if, like, somebody on that plane has seen one of my videos before. Think about that sometimes. I used to think about it a lot more than I do now. Which is interesting because I feel like a lot more people have seen my videos now than they had at the point that I used to think about it a lot. It got really, I don't know, the weird one for me was hitting 10 million video views. 10 million. That just, I have no frame of reference for that at all. 10 million? 10 million. That's a lot. What if, like, and I know a lot of them are repeats. So conservatively, maybe 5 million people? 3 million people? I don't know. I know some people rewatch a bajillion of them and some people don't. It's weird. It's weird. And it's weird, too, how, like, my own feelings towards it have changed over time. That view count, specifically, on Pornhub. The video view count. Man. There were times that, like, that it, like, legitimately scared me. But there's also times that, like, I can't even begin to explain how turned on I was knowing that many people were out there watching me. Like, that many people were watching what I was doing naked. That's pretty hot. It's also just That's a number that I cannot even. How do you... Yeah. This doesn't feel real at all.
I can turn around and post those pictures as ads and sell all the panties for profit.
I was very focused on, like, making a system, you know, getting the maximum dollar from every little piece of content. And that's kind of what led to, you know, everything escalating. Escalating, but just, like, not escalating, progressing in the way that it did, you know, of starting with the pictures with panties and then going to videos and then free videos and then, you know, the subscription stuff. Like, man. Yeah. A lot of it was originally for the sake of efficiency, and then it just kept I kept not failing upward, but a lot of it was luck. Or just it's lucky timing. You know, I would start things right at before they started blowing up, or I was kind of the one that pushed certain things to blow up, or just like certain methods and stuff. That guy like sent me a picture of his family out at dinner, just like all of them, and told me like where he lived and all this stuff, and I was just like, but this was like after he'd already sent the gift card, so I also felt, I don't know. I didn't end up. I don't think I ended up working with him after that. I felt uncomfortable. Which is interesting, because, like, I mean, I know that, like, married people watch my stuff. It's not that he was watching, because he wasn't just watching. He was messaging me and offering to send me money, but, like, and trying to frame it as a gift for me, but really it was him trying to sneakily pay for stuff. Like, looking back, I understand a little bit more now what was going on. But at the time, I just, I don't know. 6 years is a long time. I talked to a lot of people in 6 years. I feel like changing locations. Let's move. And we'll see how long the battery lasts. There's a shadow.
I walk through the colorful pink facade of Victoria's Secret while clutching a Red Bull. I still have
I used to drink so much Red Bull.
The mall. Just
It's
enough
not
time
good.
to decide what my buyers might want to see. I definitely don't fit in here. My cargo pants and bitten down fingernails give away my true nature.
I used to be like so obsessed with what I thought everybody was thinking of me, which, like, you know, I mean, everybody says don't care about what other people think of you. Don't listen to what other people say about you. But it's hard not to. You know? When you feel like you're not fitting in somewhere, when you feel uncomfortable, you feel out of place, that feeling, you can tell somebody, don't feel that. I'm like, okay. I'll just not tell you that I'm feeling it, I guess. Yeah, over time, I guess, it was less about not feeling it and more about finding ways to make it so that I wouldn't even start feeling that in the first place. I didn't even start feeling it. I wouldn't start getting overwhelmed because I didn't need to. I don't need to. Yeah. Hi. Should I take a break? I should take a break. I don't know what else to say. There isn't really anything else I want to add. I was thinking about doing a yeah. Oh. Yeah. Okay, I'll come outside. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this. Well, this isn't really the right lighting for an outro. It doesn't need to be as... Yeah, you're back in again. Yeah? Oh, you too? Hi there, Kiki. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, good, high five. You come up here? Hey. Kiki. Yes, hi. Yeah. You're jealous. You jealous the cat's gonna get attention? Hi. Yes. I wanted to go through and do commentary about the rest of this vignette, but I mean, most of it's just my inner anxiety, my inner demons and all that, the inner saboteur or whatever. And I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. What are you guys doing? I don't know. It's stuff that I don't really deal with as much now. I feel like I've gotten to a place where I'm a lot more grounded, but I can still kind of put myself back in that mindset, and it is kind of emotionally taxing to do so. Filming this has been interesting. Creating it and stuff, and it's another day now from when I filmed that. I really like art that is slow. I think that's something that I've really embraced in a lot of my JOIs and stuff too, and just on my other videos. I really like things that are methodical and slow. I like feeling the tension in between words, the tension in between sounds. I don't know. For a long time, I was really uncomfortable with silence. And I think that learning to not only appreciate silence, but really love silence has been an interesting journey for me, but it's comfortable now, which is good. I don't really have anything to say here at the end. I have a Patreon, but I mean, I don't really need more money right now, so don't feel like you gotta be doing it for the money thing. I put up a tier for people's names at the end here for the vanity side of it, because I feel that too. There's definitely creators I've supported before, like just because I wanted to see my name on their video, but yeah. These are the people who are paying for this video, so thank you.